fortunate enough to be with Jacob from SOJA right now.
What's cracking?
And we're going to talk a little bit about Bonnaroo and your first set at Bonnaroo last night. Can you talk a little bit about the crowd? What that experience was like?
We raged out, and it was crazy to see reggae as like the main thing of the night in the United States, because it's normally not like that in the States. It's like that in Europe, it's like that in South America, it's like that in Pacific Islands. Not like that here. There was like 15 or 20,000 people at our show singing the words. It was awesome. First time at Bonnaroo, couldn't believe it.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, you're talking about a culture right now that's pretty much dominated by electronics and DJs and, you know, even indie rock. But, you know, reggae, to be such a narrow genre and to be successful in that genre, kudos to you, first off. And can you talk a little bit about why you think that you're able to succeed in that?
Sure. It's the big fish in the little pond type of idea. Reggae is something that anybody can do. It's like poor people's music. It's like people who've got shitted on, it's their music. So it's kind of like everybody can do it, and it takes the value of it down, you know, because people are like, reggae, a bunch of poor people make that. It's not really, it's like a gimmick to, you know, in the mind of a lot of people. But when you excel at something that everybody thinks is a gimmick, you end up looking like you figured something out. So I guess maybe that's what's going on with SOJA, but we're basically doing what reggae has done since the beginning of time, which is trying to keep the human race honest, man. That's what reggae is about. It's trying to keep people honest and trying to talk about the things that actually matter. That's what I always loved about it, you know, that's what we try to do.
That's the one thing about SOJA, man. You guys really keep it true, and you hit a reggae nerve that most people in the reggae world respect. And being an American boy, can you talk about when reggae maybe touched your soul, when it really hit home?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in a couple different neighborhoods. So Africa was the first one, and then there was a couple different things, and reggae always seemed to like tie everything into one thing. All my different experiences and wherever I was and whatever was going on, reggae was the thing that like tied everything together. Because reggae is that kind of music. It talks to all different people. It's not something that's hip today and gone tomorrow. Reggae is like, it's Bob Marley, man. It's like, that's the real shit, you know? I still listen to Bob Marley every day. It's a lifestyle, you know? That was the guy.
When did you realize, I mean, when did you first start listening to reggae?
I was like 12 or 13, probably. My cousins played it for me at a family reunion. They played Bob Marley, UB40, Still Pulse, Inner Circle, ah la 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 long, ah la 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 long, 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 come on. But yeah, heard all that, and I was like, these are the guys, you know, this is better than, because we were into hip hop. Me and Bobby Lee, the bass player, we did hip hop talent shows, and I mean, we were always into performing, you know, but reggae was a thing that we looked at them and we were like, what you're doing is like bigger than music. You guys are like, all those Jamaican artists from the 70s, they were like, they're bigger, larger than life for sure. Bigger than anything we'd ever seen before. Like, these guys are the best thing we've ever seen. And then we went after it, you know, and did our own thing.
What else do I got for you guys, man? I mean, the modern reggae scene in America is pretty narrow. I mean, your followers are your followers, and they love you guys, and they're...
It's actually bigger now than it's been in years. I don't think American reggae has ever been as big as it is right now, because you have Revolution, and now you have the Green, and you have Iration, and you have, you know, the Movement, and you have John Brown's Body, and you have Groundation, and you have... There's a lot of... But it's because Jamaicans don't really make a lot of reggae anymore. You know, like most Jamaican music you hear now is kind of more like hip-hop, but it's like Jamaican hip-hop. But I think, yeah, so American bands are getting popular because they're the ones who are playing reggae music. I mean, there's Jamaican artists who still play. We just got off a tour with Still Pulse. We just recorded at Inner Circle Studios. I mean, we've done shows with Damien and with Morgan Heritage and with, you know, I mean, there's a lot of bands that play reggae. But reggae is underestimated, man. People, we still don't know how big reggae could be. Bob got the closest, and we'll see who does it next.
What do you think about like the genre of electronic music that's implementing a lot of reggae backbeats, like Moombaton, like Major Laser's playing here, Diplo?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? How it's like taking the roots and kind of implementing into a modern day style?
I think it's all a good thing, man. Like, there's nothing bad about making new kinds of music and making new genres. And like, people are kind of quick to shit on it and be like, ah, well, whatever, it's digital. But that shit is impressive and really good. And I mean, those cats kind of know what they're doing. They're making music that you're gonna love when you're on drugs. Not to take anything away from it, but I mean, you know, like, I didn't understand that before, and now I get that. Like, dude, you're doing this on purpose. Like, this is for when the drugs are in you and you don't want the music to stop. You just need it to build and build and build and more, and just don't stop on me. And now I get it. I'm like, okay, all right. But I mean,
not just the weed anymore.
You know, it's like you got to take some stronger shit than weed to really get the. But no, it's funny though, cause we respect music, man. We didn't really get into this to shit on people or to say we're bigger than things. Or we're lucky to be here, man. We're happy to be here, and we can't honestly believe that we are here and that everybody loves us so much. And that's it, dude.
It's for good reason, man.
We
You guys
dig
deserve
man.
it, bro.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, man.
Thank you guys. Respect to everybody.
Thanks, my man. That's
Absolutely, guarantee.
That's real tight, man. What do you
Psycho Bunny.
Psycho Bunny, Wilbur.